American 60 Minutes reporter Scott Pelly has been right to the scene of the disaster, managing to get inside the exclusion zone set up by New York authorities. He has spoken to rescue workers and recorded some of their accounts. Here now, his close-up view of this overwhelming day.
On some of the highest floors, the inferno and the smoke fueled a panic that led some to the windows, where they were either blown out or chose to fall.
I've seen at least 12 people either jump or they had no choice. I don't know if it was by force. They didn't want to get burned or they didn't want to blow up, but they just jumped. And just look at them flying out the buildings like they're paper.
For New Yorkers who witnessed the catastrophe, there was no doubt for an instant that it was terrorism.
It was too nice a day for that to be an accident. We just talking amongst ourselves.
You knew the plane hadn't gotten lost?
Not a day like today. First thing, it was a beautiful day. How does a plane hit a building on a beautiful day like that?
Firefighters working at the center of the attack describe a scene of overwhelming devastation. Pieces of bodies in the streets and in the rubble. Rescuers climbed the girders of the shattered building searching for any sign of life, but there were precious few. Many firefighters and officers were wounded or killed when the first responders were caught in the collapse of the towers. One police officer told us no one has ever seen anything like this unless they were in Dresden in World War II.
Horrible, horrible. The whole building just collapsed on us inside the lobby.
1 block from the base of the World Trade Center tower, the inferno burned 4 hours after the attack. Police cars, the first to respond, were incinerated by the collapse of the second tower. Many firefighters and officers were wounded in the collapse, perhaps killed. No one can say how many.
No idea how many people, cops are dead. We have many people hurt.
What about the casualties? What have you seen?
Uncountable. Let's go, let's go.
Courageous firefighters responded from all over New York City, called from off-duty, called from vacation. Renee Davila was the first EMS supervisor at the scene.
I was there, and I saw the building collapse. We all started running. I ended up inside the Hilton somewhere. I was like trapped. I don't know where I was. I couldn't find my way out with all the smoke and the debris in there. I finally just closed the door behind me and covered it so no more smoke and debris would come in. And what I did was I called my wife. I told her I love her.
Go again. Another one.
Hours after the attack, many smaller explosions rumbled through downtown. Firemen, paramedics, and police officers walked out of the carnage in shock and disbelief.
It was unbelievable in there. This guy's still trapped. We couldn't get to him.
Anybody want to volunteer?
Many New Yorkers rushed downtown to volunteer. These construction workers were from Iron Workers Local 40.
What's the job in there?
Whatever it is, to save somebody, one person saved is the life saved.
Through the day, an inferno raged in World Trade Center Building Number 7, another massive office tower. Firefighters feared that it would collapse, and a little more than 8 hours after the attack, the abandoned building fell. 47 stories in the street. This is what's left of the carefully organized files and lives that were the World Trade Center. Bits of paper blasted into the street, construction dust 1 inch or 2 inches deep everywhere you look. What's eerie about this place now, several hours after the initial disaster, is just how quiet it is. You don't hear any ambulances racing away from the World Trade Center anymore.
I saw many injuries.
Hundreds, thousands.
My eyesight did not see hundreds and thousands. I know that my heart and my brain tells me they were hundreds.